All right, number 8, use the following function to answer the questions. F of x equals 4,000 times 1.02 raised to the x power. So x raised to the x power indicates that it is an exponential function. Here we're given a growth function because if b, or the factor, is bigger than 1, then you know it is growing. The initial amount is always the first term in an exponential function. So what's out in front of my growth factor or my growth function or my growth factor or my decay factor. So what is the initial amount? The initial amount is 4,000. So the initial amount is in gray. So for part B, the growth factor, here you can see 1 plus R or 1 minus R all together is the factor. So if we're given B, which, I mean, this would be A, this would be B, and then raised to the X. That's just the standard form. If we're given B, B is the factor, not the rate. So if you're asked about the factor, it is 1 plus whatever the rate is. In other words, it's all of B. So the growth factor here, is all of that. So 1.02. The growth rate, so part C, is a little different. It is the R. So in other words, the percentage that you're growing. So to find the rate, you do a little bit of algebra. So I know I'm growing because this is a growth rate. So I know it's 1 plus R. So 1 plus R must equal 1.02. So I'm going to do a little algebra. So 1 plus R equals 1.02. In other words, if it's growth, it's going to be 1 plus R equals your factor. And then to kind of do some algebra, get R isolated, subtract 1 from both sides, and R, or the rate, is going to equal, so 1.02 minus 1 is 0.02. If you are given answer choices that are in a percentage, then remember that changing a decimal into percentage, you just multiply this by 100. So it could be 0.02 or 2%.